Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to, I mean myself and Kevin, say hi.
Hi.
We're trying to recap everything that happened in the very long Chapter 2 Season 1 of Fortnite. I know it's the first Fortnite video on this channel. If you want to check out more Fortnite videos, maybe let us know in the comments.
And
Or
check my channel out.
yes, nice plug, Kevin. So yeah, there has been a lot of changes, additions, cosmetics about this chapter, and we're going to recap this in three different videos, and link of the other ones are in this description as well. So check them out. And yeah, we're going to start with what is new this chapter 2 season 1. So the first thing that is new is of course the map. We got a whole new map. What did you think about this first, or what was your first reaction when you saw this map?
I thought it was awesome. It looked pretty, it was cool, new locations, and it wasn't crowded like the old map. But after a while, I started getting feelings about the old map again. And I'm a bit sad now that it's gone.
Yeah, I can understand that, but it was also very strange because the first time we joined the new island, we needed to jump out of the battle bus, and we didn't know we needed to start on the whole new map and where everything was, because everything was blacked out.
Yeah, I know.
What is your opinion about the question marks at first?
Uh, it was cool in the beginning, but it got kind of annoying since sometimes the shadow disappearing from the map didn't work, and you had one little spot on the map that stayed dark for the 2 months. So that was pretty annoying.
Because you needed to find which exact location you needed to go to find the
Yeah,
landmark or location, yeah.
that was annoying, especially the mountainous region in the
Yeah, with
south.
the F8 and other coordinate locations. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, in this map there were a lot of new locations, new named locations, and also some old ones. First one we're going to look at is Lazy Lake. Any thoughts about Lazy Lake?
it feels like Tilted, but it
Yeah,
still
I
isn't
I
Tilted
have the
Towers.
same I have the same exact vision about. It's like, yeah, there's like a big building in the middle, some other houses.
But it hasn't got the same feeling like Tilted has.
No, and I
Whoa.
don't know if it's as crowded as Tilted was in the beginning.
No.
At first I
Tilted.
thought, yeah, this is going to be the new Tilted. It's going to be um, fights everywhere. There's 100 people that drop, 50 after 2 minutes that are still left. But yeah, I hope something is going to change with Lazy Lake.
Same. New, bigger buildings need to be added to
Yeah,
that
maybe an
spot.
upgrade or
A new Trump Tower.
yeah, or a
Oh,
new
that was so awesome.
meteor
Balcony.
that burns everything down except one building.
Indeed. Oh, that was awesome.
um, I don't know if you've been a lot to Lazy Lake, but there is an underground section,
Yeah,
a secret
that's
underground
right.
section.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I've been there before.
I
Uh,
still can't remember which exact building it is. It's hard to
underneath the
find.
blue and the yellow house, you can see on the right.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah. The
in front of
yeah
everything
the
else.
yes.
It's underneath there, the tunnel. It's pretty cool, and it has two chests in that tunnel, so
I think
pretty neat.
it's like no one knows that the tunnel is there. Okay. all because even though there were so many videos or comments about it that yeah, there's a secret tunnel, you can go there. I think no one goes there
Not a lot, but some people do, especially later in the match
when you need to
when
find the chest and yeah,
to find shields and health. Then it starts becoming looted.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next location is Craggy Cliffs. I think we both know this location very well.
Yeah, it's a good loot spot. You have shield barrels in the main building that
The fish
can
sticks
get you
building,
to
yes.
100 shields, so that's pretty awesome. Has around 3 chests, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
One in the roof,
So
one in the kitchen area,
one and
in the
one.
toilets, and
No,
one
no,
in toilets there is, I
no,
think, one, and behind the bushes in front.
no.
No?
There are no chests there. Not in the toilets, not in front.
Oh,
There's one in the roof. There's one in the attic. There's one where you would buy stuff if it were
yeah.
real, and that's it. Three
No,
chest spots.
there's one I think behind the fish stick logo, but in the in the building. Like
Yeah, that
you have
was
a
the attic one
no, there's another one I think, maybe more in the front of the building. Like not on the top floor, but on the
on the
like you have
window.
the barrels, the shield barrels, the
That's
little, I wouldn't say roofs, but yeah,
that's what
the
I.
wooden planks like yeah, but
But that's the attic
no, there yeah.
one
Oh, okay, yeah,
that I
yeah, that's the third one, yes.
saw.
Um, then there were also a lot of boats there, which was good for transportation because it was the only thing we had for
Indeed, and
transportation.
there are some fishing spots around there, but they're scarce.
Yeah, I thought yeah, it's a beach location, like there would be a lot of fishing spots, but there
Uh,
are not that much.
yeah. So, what do you think about that weird campfire spot and that weird broken down house to the left and in the second picture?
Oh,
It's
yeah, I don't know
in
if
the
the
roof,
viewers will see these pictures because we're watching with some pictures to tell more about the map. But the house that is quite a bit broken down on the left of the town, yeah, I, I I don't know.
there's a
I
campfire,
haven't been there that much on that side. I've been in the main area or the right side of the craggy cliffs, maybe
but
the church a
there's
bit, but
yeah,
clock
but there's
tower,
a
I would say.
real there's a weird campfire spot, and you would think, how did that person put that there? It's in the middle of the roof of that building, and it's pretty weird.
Why
I
would
didn't
there?
like it.
Yeah, that's maybe it's an Easter egg or something. Because why would there be a campfire underneath the roof?
It's pretty weird.
In real life, you would die, I think.
So you also have a sort of fishing rod building
Yeah,
that's pretty handy for
fishing
fishing
rods
spots, of
and
course.
harpoon guns as well. Yes.
But it's a bit useless here because there aren't that many fishing
Yeah,
spots.
you need to go
Again,
to the river that is south
to,
of
no, to
Craggy
the west
Cliffs.
of it, west and south,
Yeah, yeah.
south-ish.
It's more like likely to go to Pleasant or Salty than to fish there.
And what do you think about that weird tower building?
It's I have a bit mixed feelings about that tower building because it's like yeah, there's a chest on the top floor of that tower thing, but when you're at the bottom of the tower, you need to go through so many different levels of wood planks to go to the
Yes,
top,
it's
and then
really
yeah, it takes a bit too long, but You can always build outside of the tower to go up. So that's an I would say normal situation.
Yeah.
Because yeah, mostly when you drop at craggy cliffs, there aren't going to be that many players. But
Yes.
that's just my vision about
And
it. Because yeah,
if there are any players, they mostly go for the main building or the
yep,
broken down one.
yep.
So it's a bit useless
I
and
think
annoying.
when other people drop, the right side of craggy cliffs is the best thing to drop because everyone else is going to the left side or the fish sticks building.
Yes. So that was Scraggy Cliffs, I guess.
Yep, and next location is Slurpy Swamp.
Oh god, it's a maze.
Yeah,
First react. Oh, I hate it.
it has the same like I wouldn't say underground, but the road going underneath the building, or yeah, a sort of bridge-like road, like Tilted Towers had, I guess.
Oh, I
It's like you
go
can go
there.
on top of that, but you can go underneath to avoid players, and that's the good side of that maze.
I haven't
I
seen that.
think.
I haven't seen that
It's
before.
like in the middle. Uh, it's like in the middle
Oh
building.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go there that often.
It,
It's mostly starting in smaller buildings to the side of it, but still with decent loot, and then going to the
yeah,
main building and just skipping that tunnel-like thing that doesn't belong there at
because you can
all.
go on top of the tunnel or the building. You can go on the roof, so that's the easy part. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
what's your
still
opinion about the chest on the top chimney of the
funny.
factory?
So if somebody lands there, it's an easy target. Or otherwise, if you get a sniper or a AR out of the chests, that's pretty neat as well. As you can laser other people from the sky
Yeah,
if you're first to land, of course,
yeah.
and not contested with other players.
But you need to be careful when somebody shoots down your chimney because you can fall a big height.
And
Because
I'm somebody that would do that.
yeah, I can
So
relate to that.
don't try it.
Okay, so I Slurpy Swamp has a lot of landmarks which we are not going to go in depth that much, but there are a lot of like a small witch town or the pipes that are around
Oh yeah.
there. Um, and those have also a lot of chests in them. And I feel like Slurpy is a rather small town, not the area, because the
Yeah.
area is freaking huge, but the town
There
has
are
so many chests in them,
yeah.
or so
I
many ammo boxes as well. It's hard to go out of Slurpy Swamp without a weapon,
oh my god.
because you can
And
always fish for them.
true. And you get a lot of shields. So
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome as well.
there are a lot of shield spots which we are going to talk about later when we're done with every map change. But yeah, I guess this was it for Slurpy Swamp. Not that much to say about it, but
No, it's not that special. I hate the main building. I just hate it. It's
yeah,
a maze. I hate it. You have to search for chests way too hard,
yeah.
and it's annoying.
Okay, next location, Misty Meadows.
One of my favorite drop spots.
Yeah, but I think it looks a lot, but I mean a lot
Like
like
Happy Hamlets.
Happy Hamlet from chapter 1.
I know, but Happy Hamlet had the annoyance of being at the outer edge of the map. This is more centered, and that's why I like
I
dropping
wouldn't
there.
say centered, it's the bottom side of the
And
map.
but you have a lot of vehicles there. You have three float spots, and you have a large river where you can swim in. You go faster in water, so
You can go faster in the water, but the only way you can go is to Slurpy Swamp when you're in the water, because the other river is against stream, and to Lazy Lake you have a waterfall.
true. Still, the boats are pretty awesome.
Yeah,
You,
that's
especially if
the
you can.
best thing about them, and also the umbrellas where you can jump on to
And
get
now with
some momentum.
yeah, and now with launch pads, it isn't really that
Yeah,
bad
it's
of a spot
yeah,
anymore. You can get away with from there pretty easily.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know a lot about the chest spawns over there.
they're spread out. Not a lot of them in the same building. Two, maybe three at most. But uh,
Every
I
building
most
has one.
I mostly go to the side of the where the fishing rod store is again.
Yeah, the east side of Misty Meadows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the spot where I go the most. Nobody goes. Almost nobody goes there. They mostly go to the uh, other side of the bridge, which has an annoying place for a reboot fan.
yeah.
It's
May
the worst spot ever.
Maybe a better
They have
spot
no
would be at
defense.
that fountain area on the right side of the city, or
Yeah, or on the left side of the
maybe
city.
next to the fishing store between the tower and the fishing store. That road or that.
Yes, that would be a better spot. Not that bridge. It's annoying. It's in our way, and you have no defense if you're rebooting there. You have to build a lot.
Yeah, and then everybody knows it's that reboot fan when they hear the honk.
Um,
Okay, next drop place or named location, Dirty Docks. Now we are at the eastern side of the map.
yes. Um, Pretty good location again, but um, this one is harder to get away from from the storm. There are vehicles, of course,
Yeah, you have a
but
lot of boats, but you need to go
to
around
the river
a
to the
quarter
north.
of the map almost to go on a river.
No less, but it's an annoying river. It's circle. It's meander. Makes weird corners and more of that.
Yeah,
And the other side of Dirty Docks has mountains, so you can't pass like that way.
I a lot of chests in this area, but a lot of them are at the containers, which reminds me of the containers in chapter 1. It's
I
not
haven't
that
thought about that.
it's not that deep of a container drop area, but when you see Dirty Ducks for the first time, I think it's like, whoa, are there chests in that piece or that mountain of garbage containers? How am I going to find one chest in one of these containers? You need to look very hard for them because the containers are so close together.
Yeah, it's, it's pretty annoying, and you should build there if you want to get to the chests. It's way easier. So my location where I drop is on that crane to the
The
south
crane,
of
yeah,
Dirty Docks.
it's very high when somebody breaks it down, but
It's
it's a lot
pretty
of
tough.
metal
So
to break through.
yeah, it's pretty hard to get to knock it down, and there are multiple cranes, so you can get away with it pretty easily. So there
And
are
they're next to the water, so you can jump in the water if you need to.
and there are three bleh, three chest spawns. So that's pretty neat as well.
Oh, I didn't know there were that many at the cranes. Huh.
Yeah, there are three. So you have one on the crane, and the first crane, the one to the west.
Yeah.
Then, if you're going towards the east, there's one on the little metal staircase.
Oh,
So and uh, then if and then you see that container on the hanging on the crane,
Yeah.
off of the crane,
There's also
and
a chest on that.
yeah, and you can build towards it. And if you're lucky, you can jump off that container if you got that chest, of course. And there's a crashed boat there on the sand, and there's a chest over there as well.
Yeah. Nice location. One thing that is very special for Dirty Ducks is when we had Winterfest, the blue factory, I would call it, changed
Depot.
to a to a special workshop, ice workshop.
Yeah.
Do you think that there should have been more buildings like that around or in the on the map?
Yeah, there should. It was a pretty good location, so it would have been nice to see other places transform like that and have so many ice chests in them.
Because now the only changes we had with Winterfest, not to go too deep into Winterfest yet, but we had the landmark woodworks that
Yeah.
or woodworks logjam woodworks. I don't know the exact name, but that changed into Santa's workshop or something like that. And there were new buildings. One of them is
Uh,
still on the map, like Crackshot's
Fractured
house
cabin, yeah.
or cabin,
And
yeah. And we
one
had
in the
that
mountains is
winter
ski
chalet. We
resort,
had
yeah.
the ski or après ski bar. I feel like there weren't that many.
A lot of small buildings at it.
Yeah, it was
Like
good,
the
but it was
chair
mostly temporary because that yeah that ice chair I
is gone.
think went away. Every small ice hut around the map because there were a lot of those small ice huts. They went away as well. So maybe more buildings like Crackshot's cabin or
Yeah, would be nice, but in a different style, of course.
yeah, of course, but like yeah, more the
Yeah.
small additions. They're nice to see on the map. Okay, next named location, Frenzy Farm.
Hmm. Yeah, not that special, I guess. A lot of people drop there, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think it's
it's
that
not
good.
l- like Tilted Towers, but the people that land there, that's the same amount as Tilted Towers, I feel like.
It it feels like lazy links, if I might be honest. If I may be honest. It it has a lot of people going there, but not that great of a loot spot.
Yeah.
Lazy Links was never a good loot spot, but people went there for no reason, I guess.
Hmm. That and it's hard to say that it's the only thing I can say like is that's a very special drop spot because there's one main building and then one smaller farm and two shacks, I would say. I don't know how
3 shacks, and then a sort of watermill as well.
it's hard to say like everybody is going to land on the roof of the big house and then two or three duos are going to land on the red farm and then five people that don't know where they should land.
Yeah,
It's like
it's weird.
go find something.
The only positive I find of this place is the reboot fan. It's parked in the corn. You can hide in the corn and
Yeah, that's the
reboot your
I would
people,
say the best
your friends
location
there.
for a reboot fan this on this new map.
Yeah, it's the best one. That's for sure. But it's not that special spot, I guess, to drop.
I remember that Frenzy Farm was the first named location I dropped in, like when I was the default Jonesy jumping out of the battle bus for the first time this chapter. I landed on the main building, and there was a bot.
Okay.
I believe it was also on that building. It was rather empty, and I don't know. I thought at first I thought, yeah, this is a cool location. I'm going to drop here so often, but I actually never land there. It's more on the apiary. No, the apple farm and uh,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Or
landmark
radio station.
or
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I
It's
have
like
the same
it's like
feeling.
I don't know how to feel about Frenzy Farm.
It's like a rip-off of Fatal Fields, and
Yeah,
it's a worse one.
it's like so big. Frenzy Farm is one of the biggest places I would say,
Yeah.
but it's so spread out.
And that's so annoying about it. And you cannot build on the roof. That's the
Yeah,
most hateful thing in the entire game, that you cannot build on roofs.
yep.
Ah,
But
I
maybe
hate
a
it so much.
positive thing is that I would say there are two, if I'm not so sure, but two upgrade stations.
There's definitely one. The other one is in the apple farm.
Oh yeah, that red barn over there. Okay, yeah. Forget about what I said. Next location, Sweaty Sand.
mm, yep, has a Paradise Palms feeling about it.
Yep,
I like going there.
it's such a good landing spot when you can land as the only one or the only squad in Sweaty Sands, or maybe with one or two other squads. But
And
when
I
there are
think the spot is tied with amount of chests on the entire oh with oh my god. I think it's tied with the most amount of chests with Lazy Link. Wait, with Misty Meadow.
with
No,
Misty Meadow or Lazy Lake.
Lazy Link. I'm messing up with names from the previous
Yeah,
map.
that's the most annoying part. Lazy. The word lazy in a location.
But
Okay,
yeah, it's
yeah.
tied with that spot.
It it's cool that you can go in campers. That is my first thought when I think of Sweaty Sands. Like, okay, there's a hotel, there are a lot of buildings, but there's a camping site with camper vans.
Yeah,
You can go inside of them.
I know.
That's
It's
so
pretty cool.
like when you would say would go in chapter one to a camper van. It's just a car that you can go inside of. But now you can
Yeah,
go inside the big things. It's
true.
also one boat spot
Yeah,
that which
near
is
the skate park.
yeah that it it's on a beach and there's one boat spot.
It's pretty weird. And it's also pretty weird that there isn't a place for more boats and not a harbor or anything like that.
Yeah,
I find that weird.
it also has a pier. I don't land often at the pier.
Yeah, you would think there are fishing rods here. Let's use them to fish at fishing ponds. Oh no, there are about two fishing spots near that pier, and it's not worth it.
And most of the times when I go fishing at the pier, there are no fishing spots there. So
I know that feeling.
yeah, it's you're more lucky when you go to one of the islands that are offshore, but
You need a boat for that,
yeah.
and there's only one. What's the use of it?
What I also think is very cool, next to all of the umbrellas that you can jump on to get from left side to the right side or vice versa on the beach, is that there are a lot of buried chests in the
Oh
sand.
yeah, I forgot about those. Oh,
There are 3 or 4 spots on the entire beach that have buried chests. I can't say treasure because that was season 8.
8? Yeah,
Yeah, 7 or
season
8.
8, the volcano.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, but I think that's a good thing to call back on chapter 1. It's like, yeah, there's a hotel that was from chapter 1. There are a lot of buildings that are okay, yeah, not so
Ready?
many, but
Nah,
buried
not that much.
treasures.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. First thing I thought, oh my god, a buried treasure. I'm gonna get legendary or purple loot. Nope. I was disappointed
Green
then.
AR, fishing
No,
rods,
great
and
pistols.
3 small shield pots. That's most of my loot, or a grey pistol, yeah.
Are you sure about those shield pots?
No, not at all. Um,
I've I've had it before that I opened more than 7 chests and I didn't find any minis. But just as just as I walk around the corner, I find minis just laying on the ground.
yeah.
Like, why would
Why?
you open chests even if you can find them more easily that way?
Yeah. Then the location of the reboot fan. It's alright. It's next to cars which you can use as protection.
And I think it's one of the only locations where you can easily put down a pyramid and build yourself in.
Yeah, and have the corner of the reboot fan to use to reboot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pretty useful one as well.
Then the hotel, there are a lot of chests in the hotel as well as maybe a good way to go is the hotel. Go around the entire hotel and then go to the parking garage of the building next
Next
to
to
it.
it. Yeah,
Because in that building there is the upgrade station. You
true.
have 2 or 3 chests in that building and some floor loot.
And some ice chests as well.
Yes. And the front stores have fishing rods. So
Yeah,
this combo is the best combo in all of the towns, I would say.
true.
And then there's also the lonely dumpster truck or some or just truck in
Yeah,
there's a chest in the back of that truck, but nobody knows.
goes after. Yeah,
Yeah, it's so strange because when you need to go to the center of the island, you most of the time pass next to this truck, but yeah.
nobody loots it.
No. Okay. Next is Steamy Sex or Kevin Industries.
Woo!
Kevin the Cube Industries.
So that made it one of my favorite spots on already. As soon as I knew that Kevin was still a part of the map, that made me happy.
That
Great memories about
it,
Kevin.
it's such a good, yeah, I wouldn't say Easter egg, but it's such a good location to commemorate, to pay respect to Kevin the Cube.
Yeah, I love the big towers. It's a
Yeah,
huge launch pad that
it's a
lets you
huge
travel
air
so
vent
far.
to yeah to go to Frenzy Farm, I would say.
Yeah, and also has some zip lines, if I
Yeah,
remember.
it's the zip lines that go from Steamy Stacks to Retail Row.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat as well.
Yeah,
Um, so you can drop on the towers, but there's also smaller tower with a chest spawn.
inside
What
the
they
reactor.
No, not inside the reactor, but on top of the main
Oh yeah,
building.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Um, just like Slurpy Swamp almost. That's that kind of chimney Like,
but it's way harder to break down. So if you would land on a chimney and uh, the bus goes over steamy stacks, land on that one and land one in slurpy swamps.
yeah, or be safe and you can land on top of the reactors and dive down with the stream to the small buildings inside the reactors. So
True.
you can loot a bit over there and you have protection from the reactor.
So the other cool thing I find from this spot is that it's really similar to a real power plant.
Yeah,
It has it even has a water outlet with some loot added.
yep. Yeah, there are a lot of things that resemble like a real life power plant, but mm,
With
I don't know if it's one of my favorite locations to land at because it's in the corner of the map.
true.
It's the plus side is the mobility that you have over there because there's a small stranded beach bus or thing next to it, a landmark the beach bus,
Oh yeah, I
which
forgot
has a
about
boat, so you can travel with the boat, but there are the air vents in the reactors that you can travel a long way, and there's the zip line. So
it.
location wise for mobility, this is the spot.
That's true. So the main complaint I have for this location is it's the main building is a maze again.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's so annoying.
I understand your opinion about that because I never know where I should land when I need to land at Steamy Stacks.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, there's a building, yeah, there's a building, yeah. Easy way out is just, hey, to the rest of the squad, go to Steamy Stacks. I'll loot the beach bus, no problem. I have the boat, no problem. Go your own way. You have the zip lines today. You can go with the air vents. I'll take the boat and I'll go with the water, with the stream.
And what do you think about the reboot fan location?
It's. Mm, I can't remember. Is it at the center of the parking place, or is it?
No, it's not
It's
in
not.
the
It's
center of the parking place. It's more centered in the location itself. It's between the main building and the building with the upgrade station
yeah.
and the building across the street,
So you have
more
a lot
to
of
the power.
protection for out of steamy stacks, but you can't easily protect yourself from enemies that are already in steamy stacks because you don't
Mm.
know when somebody will come around the corner and shoot you.
And you're easily snipeable from those two big towers, of course.
Yeah.
So that's pretty annoying, and you can easily be glided upon.
Yeah, because of the air vents. Yes.
So that's pretty annoying.
Hmm. Next location is Weeping Woods. Mm, I don't know what to say about Weeping Woods. It's like two main buildings, a small shack with the upgrade station, and a reboot van next to two camper vans.
It's annoying. It's an annoying location. The only reason you would go there is if you want to build a sky base. And since we're
Yeah.
chapter 2 and no one does that anymore, it's not really that feasible. So
The only good part about Weeping, not only, but one of the good parts is that there is a river that goes around the entire city, I would say. And there is of course a zip line over Weeping Woods,
oh yeah,
but
that's the
that
point.
there is a landmark, which is the viewing outpost
Oh
tower
yeah.
thingy. It's the Lonely Lodge outpost. 2.0.
True, it's way stronger. It's not that
It's
easily to
bigger,
break down.
it's higher, it's filled with more chests.
And one of the other landmarks is that there as well. The Durburger and Tomato Town
Yeah,
head.
the Forgotten Heads. No, the yeah, talk
I
about.
don't know. But yeah, it's pretty awesome that they included that. Um, what about the reboot fan location? Yeah, I think it's an annoying place actually.
It's not an easy place to go to or to be protected from. But the best thing about this is nobody drops in Weeping Woods, or almost nobody drops in Weeping Woods.
Not
Nobody,
really sure about that. Every
maybe
time,
one.
every yeah, maybe, but
What?
every time I go there, there's almost always somebody with me, and even more than one actually.
There is a there are a lot of now I think about it, there are a lot of um foraged mushrooms in there in the woods. So that is
Oh
the
yeah,
thing to have shields. It has one or no, it has a couple of campfires, but that's all
yeah.
I can say about it, I think.
It's like the same feeling about Frenzy Farm. It's a worse ripoff of the old map.
Yeah, it's
Wailing Woods
Wailing
had
Woods was yeah.
Wailing Woods had teleporters in it, had
hmm
a special bunker in the middle, had some
But
cool
that is
cabins.
something that can change in the next seasons. I say seasons plural
Hopefully,
because Weeping Woods was boring in the first two or three, no, 4 seasons, I feel like.
yeah, Wailing Woods didn't have much in the beginning, but they added some cool things like the Kevin the Cube added this weird gravity zone. And
Yeah.
so in season 6, the islands would come around over there. So that was pretty awesome as well. And the teleporters, of course. Sad to see Wailing Woods go, of course, with the volcano. And it had a cool cat.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome as well. So I think Weeping Woods is the one of the worst spots actually
Yeah.
in on the map.
It's mostly to get wood, I would say. Not brick. There is
Where'd my
a lot
wood
of rocks.
go?
Yeah. Last new
Ghost.
location is
Hollywood.
Holy Hedges.
Woo. Another favorite drop spot.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite drop spots because no one actually, or almost no one lands there when, or it's not a fan favorite location.
Yeah, if you want to go late game, that's the spot to go.
Yep.
It has a pretty standard amount of chests, and it's pretty decent, I guess. A lot of wood gathering and a great station in around the middle
Yeah, it's
building,
an easy findable. I don't know if that's the word, but it's an easy to find upgrade station in the garden center.
and the reboot fan is located pretty well, I guess.
Yeah,
So
but mm,
it's not that defendable, I guess.
if someone
What
lands
is
on the
that
roof
rain
of the
doing?
garden center, they can shoot you very easily.
Yeah, so you need to build a roof over the reboot
Yeah.
fan, like we have to do in this the depot and divot.
Hmm.
I remember that.
A lot of chest spawns. I don't
The
know if I
worst,
can. Yeah.
I think the worst building in that spot is the green building to the east of the city. More, it only has one or two. No, the other side. Yes.
That's the what you mean is the west side of Holly Hedges? Oh no, east. Yes, east. I think it's a pretty good house for like yeah a
I've been
starting
there
house.
before,
Okay,
and
you can go there. If no one went there, you can go to the yellow house or to the white house. It's
but,
easy to find some ground loot and one or two
but
chests.
only one chest,
No,
and that's
two.
what I hate about it. Two?
I think there's two. We should check
That's
it out
hard.
a
Yeah,
bit later. Yeah, yeah. It's okay for drop spot, but I don't know. I feel like no one's going there because it's on the west side of the map,
true.
and
It's
it's
like
hard
team
to
stats.
have mobility from this location because it's not um, on the edge of the map where you have the water. It's not on the riverside.
Yeah,
That's maybe the
it's
reason there that no one really goes
there's
there.
almost no mobility. That's the problem about it. Good loot, but bad mobility.
Yep, that's like a summary of the season. Good map, not good mobility. Um, Next location is one of the three locations that stayed or that came with or that came from the first map. It's
Pleasant
Pleasant
Park.
Park with the soccer field
Yes,
version. It's a fan favorite. Pleasant Park is a fan favorite. I can understand why it was brought within a new map.
yeah, I know.
Every chest
Good
location
spot.
is the same. The bunker underneath the yellow house, the modern house is still one chest in the garage.
Yeah. The
Middle of
only
the
bad thing about it actually is the amount of chests there are in Pleasant. If you compare it to other new locations on the map, it has less chests than more important places, and that's what feels odd about it.
yeah, but that's the weird thing that everybody still wants to drop at Pleasant Park even though there aren't that many chests.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Someone has a gun, someone doesn't have a gun. That someone with a gun shoots the one without a gun. 50 players left. That's every time I look at the counter of players still alive. It's like, hey, everyone dropped. First circle is announced. Storm isn't coming in yet. I think like everyone is dying at Pleasant or Salty.
true. But it stays a pretty good spot, I would
Yeah,
say.
it has every material to harvest. It's a good amount
Yeah.
of materials that you can get there.
And there's a shield truck nearby and a river, so
Yeah,
pretty neat.
pretty neat.
So about Holly Hedges one more time.
Okay,
Uh, so I've checked the house just now when we were talking about Pleasant Park, and
yeah.
there's only one chest spawn at that green building.
Oh, not on the outside. I thought there was one at the outside.
It's the one on the outside.
On the balcony.
Yeah, that's the only one.
But there's enough ground or floor loot to like there's a
Yeah,
thing in the kitchen, there are some ammo boxes. It, it's a good
there are
starting point when it's very busy in the other houses.
there are about four, yeah, four loots. Oh, actually, ground loot to find spots. Oh my god, the mess up.
But yeah, I think that's it about Pleasant.
Yeah,
Next location is Retail Row.
Whoa,
A
fan
good
favorite
location, yeah.
again.
Good. It's they brought back Retail Row, but there have been some additions, I feel like.
Yeah, there are some slight changes, like the water tower.
Yeah,
So if you would break the tower from above um, to go towards
down.
the ground again, um, so in the previous chapter, you would if you would break down the top part of that tower, you would instantly go to the um,
Fall to your
lower
death.
that no to that other half of that tower, but it was like one solid block.
Yeah,
Now it's like it's a bit hollow actually. It's pretty weird.
I
It
didn't
feels
notice that.
more
Yeah.
like a real water tower. I have noticed it.
Um,
It has a weird feeling.
Also a good change or addition is the zip lines again.
True. Mobility.
Um, It's a good addition, but I don't use it that much
Yeah, you have to have luck with the circle, of
because
course.
it's on the eastern side of the map. No one really uses it unless the circle is annoying.
um, I think another change to Retail Row is the broken down house has been repaired, if I'm not wrong.
Possibly yes.
Yeah, it has been repaired.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a change as well. And
Then the seasonal shop, the Halloween shop, the Christmas shop,
yeah,
still there. It's nice when it changes with the season.
true.
And
Oh,
the bus, you can go inside of a bus which has a chest spawn and floor loot.
yes. Perfect hiding place for someone who has the seat emote.
The have a CD mode in a bus is so good. We've tested it. It's so good.
It works.
For a brief moment.
Unless someone breaks the bus down,
Yep.
then you have to run or fight.
Fight or flight. Um,
And another small change, I guess, is the basketball court. So the basketball hoops weren't destructible
in chapter
in
one,
chapter one, but now they are since those weird toys that you could use are not available anymore in any in this battle pass. There are no toys, I guess.
you can still use them. I think. No,
Yeah, you can use your toys, but they don't do anything.
it's not like yay celebration when you score a goal.
True.
Hmm. I don't have the basketball toys, so I can't test that.
I've tested it out and it doesn't work anymore.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Last thing about this is the reboot fan. What do you think about the location?
Did it change to last chapter?
I don't know
Hmm.
if it was over there or if it was in the middle of the parking zone.
Yeah, I'm conflicted about it.
I can't remember it because of all the fiends and zombies and husks that were over there in Rita Row when it came back in Season X.
I think it changed a bit, though. I think it was near the parking lot still, but more around the shop. I
The
think it
shop,
was
the
closer to the
noms.
shop. Yeah, to the non shop. It
Yeah,
was over there, I guess.
easy target when they are on the roof of the fishing shop or the seasonal shop or detective
Yeah.
agency, the eastern building I would call it. Um, or from just any rooftop, I guess.
Yeah.
It's only surrounded with bushes or hedges.
But I think you can build shelter over it.
Yeah, possibly. And the last named location is Salty Springs. Fan favorite again.
Yep. Salty stay salty. The bunkers are gone. That's
The
the
bunkers? What do you mean with the bunkers?
bunkers from the previous chapter.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
gone.
The underground
Ooh,
areas, yeah. But they can return. I don't
yeah,
know if they should, though.
they should. More chest spawns. They really lack chest spawns. Buildings. It's not that big of a spot, and with the amount of people going there, it would be really useful
Yeah,
to hide in a bunker and defend yourself. But now it's just, oh, there's someone there. There, let's go hunt him, and you're dead.
yeah. What I still think is very strange is even though the map changed and the location came with the new map, the accident is still not uh,
So, yeah,
solved. The car is still on its side.
yeah.
Yeah, the
And
cones are still around it.
um, the only other thing I really have to say about Salty is so you have that main building towards the lake with the island.
Yeah,
So uh, when the winter event was
yep,
yeah was going on, some weird snowman appeared out of nowhere, like FBI open up
yep.
scene,
I
and they
was going
broke
to say
down
the
the
exact
entire
same thing.
and they broke down the house a bit. And that's apparently is still there.
Yep, the snowmen are gone, but the house is still uh,
Destroyed.
destroyed. Yeah, and it's strange it's only one house. Maybe they knew that there was something there to
Something
find.
fishy about it. Or maybe for next season.
Yep, but that's for
Hmm.
the other video with all the theories. Last thing are the landmarks, because they added all landmarks which you could discover and explore.
Yep.
Um,
And
one of them is Risky Reels that came
fan
from.
favorite, of
Yep,
course, but not a lot of people go there anymore. It's like with the new chapter, everyone suddenly didn't want to go there, and it has still got some pretty decent loot.
it
There's
has
even a,
many chests. It's like when no one goes there, all the loot is for you.
there's even a challenge around it. Like if you open 7 or 5 chests
Seven,
there,
seven.
yeah, 7, and then you get a challenge like, that's impossible. How did you get that many chests in the risky reels? But
Yep.
it's not the same like chapter 1 season 4 without that stupid block destroying it. The block was awesome, but they shouldn't have removed risky. And then the motel.
Yep.
Hmm. It's weird that the motel isn't on the new map. And
Maybe next season.
oh,
You never
didn't
know. Like suddenly here motel. Suddenly here
awesome.
block. Yeah, you don't know what could happen because
I hope Kevin does something weird again.
yep, it resurrects from the
Please,
steamy stacks a purple bathtub. I would the
please,
purple goo.
please just do that for Fortnite, please. I want the motel back. It was so awesome.
But there are so many landmarks on this map. It's
Way too many.
so many, but there are so many with chest spawns and decent chest spawns, or even upgrade
Fishing
station
spots,
spawns,
like risky, and
like Risky, like
also some
Orchard, like the Um, I can't remember. Logjam Woodworks has one.
And there's another one,
Uh,
that car disposal thingy
yep,
majingy.
I'm thinking of the name. It's
Compact cars.
yep, compact.
Yeah.
Um, so many landmarks like the lonely chair that is on the mountain over there, or every mountain top. But there's
Is landmark, yeah.
yeah, it's like landmarks are the new thing that are becoming more
More
hyped, I
important.
would say, than some named location.
Yeah. It's like if you want to go somewhere that's a pretty not that busy of a place, then landmarks is a perfect thing you could
Yeah,
do. And if you want to go to a fight, of course, landmarks are pretty close to real locations, so it's pretty neat as well. You can easily go from Risky to Pleasant Park and Salty Springs, I guess.
and the other landmark, the island, which is the center island of the map. So
That's
when
also
you're at the
true.
center, you have every river flowing to all the named locations.
Oh, and from Risky, you can also go to Frenzy Farm.
Yeah,
Not that a lot of people go there, but it's easy to reboot someone. If you want to reboot someone, Frenzy Farm, perfect spot.
then there are also a couple of landmarks that are a bit of an addition for the storyline, like the ego bases, ego staging
Yeah,
post, ego barracks, ego com tower.
and the weird Nova location, is that a landmark?
The what location?
Wait, I'm going there right now. Don't leave. um, with where Noah is spelled on the map.
Oh no, that isn't an ego location. That's just a.
No, no, no.
Uh,
Landmark.
it's not fancy view. It's landmark. It's landmark.
I want to know. I'm going there right now in my PV skin, PV Gonzalez mode.
Well, Kevin is going in game to the landmark. Another thing next to the ego bases are the or is the redacted
Oh yeah,
vault thing. We thought that it would have a lot to do with the storyline, but nothing really happened over there.
maybe next season.
Yeah, but the season went on for so long, and everyone immediately
Uh,
saw the
yeah,
resemblance with the Save the World vault.
yeah.
But then nothing happened, and maybe it's not what we
So
think what it is.
yeah, so the location on the map where you can read Noah, it doesn't have a name. It,
No,
it's it's just let's call it Noah. It's Noah. It's the Noah landmark. Oh, surf truck nearby. Pretty cool. And an awesome villa near the edge of the map.
yeah, and it has an upgrade station.
Oh my. And um inside that villa was a sign, a weird thing in Winterfest. Was a scene of a movie, but I can't recall what movie. You had a car standing in a garage.
Oh, the Fancy
And
View landmark. Yeah, yeah, it's the house was there from the beginning of the chapter, and someone noticed really fast that it was about that certain movie, which I can't think of the name of right now. Um, but yeah, they recreated or sort of recreated that scene, and
with little gingerbread man.
yeah, it's so cool that they can bring Easter eggs into the game like that.
Yeah. There are some Save World references, but
Yeah.
I don't know where no, the Save World references were in Holy Hedges, I think. Some graffiti on the wall. I can go there now. So,
No, it's okay. I think we went a long time about the locations and landmarks, um and
oh yeah.
already have or we have more stuff for this video or this part of the podcast, we will call it. Um, we have we can talk about the tournaments because there were 3 cup tournaments, I will call them right now, which you could get in-game rewards from. The first one was the Switch Cup Japan, which you needed to score some points to get some rewards. And I feel like this was the easiest thing to do because 20 points, it's not that much.
True.
And you could get with 1 point the Kablama spray. With 10 points, you could get the rare Squid Striker harvesting tool and the spray, of course. And 20 points, you could get the Dark Triceratops outfit and the back bling Dark Hatchling, which would come in the item shop afterwards. But I think it's a good idea that they introduced this in-game rewarding for tournaments.
Um, yeah, it's a pretty good system, but the only thing I'm pretty salty about is that not all the rewards are uh, buyable from the item shop, like the sprays.
The sprays they aren't, but that's
And
just 1 point is just like here you participated, you get something. I understand that you need to work for your points and you need to work for your rewards. That's why the Summer Smash Cup and the PlayStation tournament that was this weekend, I believe. You could get a skin and a pickaxe or sprays as well. It's like you need to place top 10%
yeah,
for the skin. It's like way harder now to compete and to win stuff in these things.
true.
And we haven't seen those 2 last rewarded skins in the item shop at, as of this moment. And I think it's going to be not for the
Mhm.
first weeks, I would say, in next season.
Yeah, that's gonna be annoying
It's hard
about.
to say when they will come in the item shop.
True.
And something to notice, the skin from the Summer Smash Cup and the skin from the PlayStation Cup or tournament, they normally would come with a back bling, but people who got the skin from these cups never got the back bling.
Oh, scammed.
So it's I don't know if they should or I don't know if they should expect a back bling or if they would need to buy it separately or
That they just
I
won't
hope
do
for
it.
them it's just hey, waiting game, wait a bit for the skin or wait a bit for the back bling. We will give it to you um when it comes in the item shop. I don't know. But the rewards part of it is very unique.
True.
Yeah, okay. Next thing is power leveling. That was new this.
Yeah, the power sampling.
First, it was just hey, here's a weekend of power leveling. You get double XP. Why not? But then it was like no power leveling for a moment. But then it
Yeah.
was like daily power leveling. So when you got 10 levels, it stopped for that day, and then the next day it came back. It's a good concept, but it's pretty weird.
True.
Like now for the last weeks, we both try to complete or go for our goal. My goal was level 300. Your goal was 400, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, and power leveling wasn't enabled, and it's still not enabled right now, so it's kind of useless when you want to stretch it a bit.
Mm.
Other thing that came with power leveling, because we were talking about leveling, is the XP based leveling of the battle pass. What's your opinion about that?
It's way too easy now to get level 100. Like, I'm almost 400, and I know the season was pretty long, but that's still a lot.
And it's like, yeah, level 100, yay.
What
You can
now?
go to 200. They say, okay, yeah, what do we get at 200? Yay, a banner.
300, another banner.
It's
400,
another
another one.
banner. Yeah, it's
At least give us some more usable rewards so we
which
have a
they did,
goal.
with the free event stuff. So that's maybe compensation about that.
Yeah.
Maybe they felt a bit. I w- I'm going to use the word guilty, but they felt guilty when they were giving all those presents at the Winterfest.
Eh, I don't know. I've given battle passes away before, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, we have more than enough money. Here you get some freebies.
yeah, but
It's
it's also
Christmas
like
time.
between level 100 and 200, we still had a lot of challenges, upcoming challenges from
True.
the 9 series of challenges and then the stretch goals challenges. It's
Yeah.
like we were halfway the given challenges or the weekly challenges, I need to call them, I guess. Um, and we were already level 100.
Yeah. It was too
Maybe
much.
it's going to be the same. Maybe it will change next season. We will see. Hopefully soon.
I hope they change it.
Uh, yeah. Say your thingy. Okay, yeah. Um,
Okay.
last or not last thing, but one big thing were the new items and mechanics that came with the new chapter. One of them was the XP coins.
Lol. That's the only thing I can say about it. Lol.
It's we
Because that's
get
their work.
a lot of XP already, and then the XP coins.
Uh,
I know it's like, hey, some hidden locations, cool, cool to see it over there on the picnic table, or with the crashed cargo, or I don't know, in the middle of a bush on a weird spot. But on the other side, it's just like the battle or the hidden battle stars or the hidden stars in the previous chapter.
yeah,
It's just like that.
but worse.
Yeah, because it's not that useful. Because I
Just
think there
boring.
weren't in the on the map at the beginning of the chapter.
Nope, they weren't.
So yeah,
Just
we're already
when,
level 100, and then you could get more XP.
because everyone likes experience.
Yes, the exact words that Fortnite used.
I know. That's why I use them as well.
Other thing were the medals, staying in
But
the XP section of the chapter. A lot of medals
most
that gave you, uh,
annoying
yeah,
thing ever added to the game.
the messages, the loud messages. Also, when you
Oh no.
leveled up, the sounds, the
Whing.
area it takes of your screen or it uses from your screen.
And you can't even adjust it.
No, it's way too big.
If
But this is cool to see a bit of progress in your game.
yeah, but if I were able to change it a bit, I would like if Fortnite enables that, of course. I would put the metal notification thing to the left of my screen
Yeah, where it was with
away.
the smaller pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, and not that loud, even silent, I guess. That little pop up is more than annoying enough for
Yeah.
distraction, like the party invites. That's also pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Please, Fortnite, change that
Maybe
so we
they're
can play.
heroes, maybe they don't. We'll
They
never
better
know.
do it.
Next thing is the swimming.
Oh yeah. Ah, swimming. Pretty cool.
It's a cool mechanic. I can't say more because walking on
And
in water in chapter 1 was horrible.
and it changed the simulator. It went from running simulator to walking swimming simulator.
Yep.
So I'm for it.
But the difficult part with swimming is when you jump off the waterfall at Lazy Lake to go to the island, the center island.
I pen.
It's not that deep and you can easily die.
And certainly if somebody puts a little floor there.
Yeah, because
The
there's an
most
easy bush to hide in or underneath the trees.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a good way or of faster transportation.
Another useful trap placement is the bridge, of course, also near that waterfall. You
Yeah,
can easily make a floor tile pretty low, and then if somebody goes over it, can just when he goes over that tile, you can shoot it down, and he practically always falls to his
yeah,
or her death.
death. Yeah.
Death. So that's a pretty fun mechanic that I have used before.
Next thing is the carrying of fallen teammates.
One word, two words actually. Fix bugs.
It's
Oh
nice to
no.
carry your teammates, but you can shoot weapons. You can protect yourself from other people.
Yeah,
Good thing is you can yeet people.
and your team or teammate is like a mini shield for you. A
Yeah.
meat shield, actually.
Next thing is the hideouts. We have the haystacks, the dumpsters, and the toilets.
Toilets, yeah. Pretty neat addition, but not that useful.
I feel
Oh,
like no one really uses this mechanic.
I've like used it twice. One time for challenges and
Yep,
one just because I was extremely low, and it worked that time, but it doesn't work always. Like I was playing a game, I heard some weird wrestling to my left, and there
yeah,
was a weird dumpster standing on a hilltop, and I immediately combined the two things, and I knew that there were people inside of it, so I
yep.
shot it immediately at it, and it died.
The sounds about it are very,
Annoying.
yeah.
They should
Uh,
be a bit more quiet.
yeah, yeah. Or not that often the sounds of the cans or the haystack or toilet.
True.
Next thing is the blowing up gas tanks or gas barrels or fire thingies.
Yeah.
It was
Not,
used in a challenge,
and it's a pretty fun troll thing to
but
do to
it's
other to friends.
loud. People know where there's fighting or where you are when you want to troll your friends.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it's it's
uh,
it's a cool small addition, but again, same as the hideouts, not that often used. Maybe.
yeah, I've
And
only used it once
for the
for,
challenge,
yeah,
or
and
just for trolling.
it it was a bot that I killed with it. Also, that was awesome as well. Not that special. No.
Next thing that was added was the group emotes.
Fun addition, but not a lot of emotes for it. Like
Yeah, there are currently only two,
double up and
double
high
up and
five.
high five, which will come in the cosmetics section of the in brackets podcast. Um, but it's a nice addition that it's the last new addition or variation of emotes that we got was the traversal, and
That was
seeing,
season. I was gonna say 7, but it's 8 with the conga. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, it's a good addition for emotes. It's giving the developers a more or bigger variation.
True, but
And yeah,
they should do something with it more than just two emotes. I That's what
yeah,
I
but
find
there's a
annoying.
possibility to do things with emotes because they got a lot of submissions for the um, emote royale contest,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
and I haven't put this in the list of events that happened or rewards that you could get, but I wanted to put this with this group emotes because I saw some videos on TikTok. Emote royale contest was a thing with TikTok where you need to upload a video, a small video on TikTok of you doing an emote on one of the 7 or 8 music
Yeah,
clips that were on TikTok. Um, and I saw a couple of them which were group type emotes, and it's cool to have like, hey, yeah, we're giving you some ideas, and it's cool that some people think out of the box with these group emotes.
true.
Next thing is the upgrading and side grading.
Who? Yeah,
Not a
it
lot of
uses a
people
lot of
use them.
the maths that it needs is just too much. It's like vending machines when they first were added. Not really that many people used them
Yeah,
because the maths were way too high that you had to pay for. Then they made changes to it. More people used it. And then when it didn't cost any mats, but it went away in one use, yeah, everyone used it. They saw one, but
yeah.
it wasn't that handy like the normal vending machines.
And I think it's pretty cool to upgrade your guns because most of the time we find gray or green guns. We often don't
Yeah,
find epic or legendary rarity. Even blue or rarity is hard to find.
yeah.
And then just for
Um,
100 mats to upgrade from green to blue, it's okay, I guess.
yeah, it's a lot, but not that much. But if you want to go to blue and purple
That's a
and
bit harder,
legendary,
yeah.
yeah, that's too much. That's what I think about it.
And the side
And
grading of the AR to a heavy AR.
Yeah, I think side grading is a pretty cool tool, but there are more ARs than just the AK and the AR. You also have the burst AR, and you can go from an AK to an AR, and then from an AR to burst, or sideways,
Yeah,
the other way around. And that's what I think is pretty annoying about it.
yeah, yeah. I can understand that.
And also, please, the AK, let it spawn in chest and
Yeah,
airdrops and so on,
yeah. Because the only way you could get it as of now is with side grading, and because
and
of
less
people,
burst.
yeah, people don't really use them, so I don't hear or see that many heavy ARs on the island.
If I see one, it's mostly because I did a challenge and or I wanted some extra experience to get to level 400. That
Yeah,
didn't work out. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. You only get an AK from there, and even though it's a pretty good weapon, actually.
yeah. Next thing are the slurp barrels, the slurp tanks, the trucks, the slurp river in Slurpy Swamp. It's a good
Yeah,
to get heals.
yeah, it's awesome. The only annoying thing is that some people use it to their advantage when storm surviving, and that's what I hate about it because they haven't changed it a bit. You can stay in the slurp water and you can eat fish and use Spanish bazooka meanwhile.
But
So,
the
and
slurp rivers don't help that much. I can say that
yeah, it's
because I
only
tested it a couple of
one
days ago.
H. It's 1 HP per tick, but if you have fish around, it's pretty useful at 1 tick.
Yeah, but when the the circle closes, it's 2 ticks the storm, and then it goes down 2, goes up 1, goes down
Why?
2, goes up 1. So when you need to run out of the river to go to a specific fish spot, it's hard to go back to your regular timing, I will call it.
Yeah, and certain game modes, I've seen this in a video of Lachlan, um, like sneaky silencers. You can't fish
Yep.
any weapons from the fishing ponds. You only get fish. So you can abuse that by constantly
Yeah.
fishing,
Yep.
and you keep getting small fry, the floppers, even slurpfish. And yeah, that's just annoying for the people who want really play the game and not hide in a storm
Yeah.
eating fish all game long.
Um, the best thing out of all of these slurp items or additions is the truck, I feel like. When
Yeah,
you're with the squad, you can break the backside of the truck with the slurp logo on it, and everyone gets put up to full health, full shield. It's amazing.
it's amazing indeed.
Um,
And they're spread out over the map, so
yep,
pretty awesome as
and
well.
not that many people use them. I feel like.
No, not that many indeed.
Next thing are the campfires and foraged items. Most of them came from last chapter, but the campfires now aren't a trap item. They are spawned in the um,
On the map.
on the map. Yeah.
So
What?
that's the thing I find weird about campfires now. And they should have adjusted to previous chapter.
Yeah, that you can. They are portable, maybe.
Yeah,
But
and maybe fix the bug with the trap selector.
is there a bug
That's
with the
all.
trap selector?
Yeah, I've had it multiple times. Like, I want to play a launch pad, but so it's already put on my launch pad for in case of I have to fly away from a
Yeah.
fight, like in the catch game mode. But you also got a normal trap, and if you switch around a bit with your weapons and building menus, it suddenly goes back to the green trap. So when you want to put down your trap, you suddenly put down a stupid green trap that you didn't want to place, and then you get killed.
Yeah.
So that's annoying.
And back to the campfires. The
Oh
best
yeah.
thing about it is the fact that you can stoke the campfire, so it doesn't really run out.
Yeah, and that you can relit it
Yeah,
after it was.
even when it's burned out. Yeah. Next new item or weapon is the bandage bazooka that was added.
Yeah, pretty useful thing.
It's useful, but
The two slots.
it takes in two
That's the main
slots.
point.
It's a um, slow reload time because you don't need ammo for it, but it's a slow reload time.
So the thing I would change about this is so you start with 10 bandages, let's say,
Yeah,
because it's a purple gun. It uses only one item slot. But if you want to reload it, you need bandages in
yep,
another item slot. So you can easily reload it if you find bandages, but it's pretty useless if you haven't got any in the magazine left
yep.
and
And
you don't find bandages.
it still uses then two spots, but that's okay when you can use the bandages on your own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make it more useful.
Next thing is the transportation, more the motorboat.
Uh, it was pretty good in the beginning of the chapter, but then they added to this new physics engine that changed the effects by the rockets from the boat itself. So before that update, you could use your rockets from the boat and you could shoot it behind you, and it will always launch forwards.
Yeah,
But after that update, you have like a 50-50 chance of it happening. I've had multiple times that I'm trying to get forwards momentum with that rocket, but it doesn't do anything.
yeah.
And that's so annoying because you're already used to it from, oh, wait, let's use that rocket to get a boost. Nope, not possible.
But the best thing about it is you can use it as mobility on water, and you have rockets, you have a weapon, so it's like the brute but in a water
Yeah.
version.
And not that terrible and defend
OP.
strong. uh, it's way better than the brew
They don't
and
have to
useless.
nerf this.
No, it's pretty good as it is.
Yeah. Next thing is the fishing tools, and then the fishing rewards. The fishing tools, the fishing rod was first. It's
Ooh,
good. It's
yeah. But
it's
I
good,
think,
but yeah,
yeah, it's not really that great to take it with you. Can't do any damage with it. Even though there's a little hook on it that would hurt you a bit.
yeah. It's easy to fish without fishing spots, but it's not easy. It's not good to do damage with it. That's why I think they added the harpoon gun to give it a bit of a weapon vibe. But the downside is then that you only can use it on fishing spots.
And a thing I would change about the fishing rod is that you can choose in your locker how it looks like. Now it's just a normal fishing rod, but they could make it so you can give it different form or something like that, transform it a bit.
Yeah.
Not like a wrap or something, but more than that, like a skin that changes completely, but has the same use as the normal fishing rod. That's it.
Okay, and then the rewards you could get the small fry and flopper and slurpfish and sometimes rusty can. The the rusty can, why though?
Why?
Why?
Indeed. Uh, so annoying. And they should. I think it would be better if they nerfed the floppers and slurpfish a bit.
I wouldn't nerf them. It
Like you can eat, you can like eat a fish in like a second, and
yeah,
it gets more HP than a bandage. And
maybe the speed
just
they could nerf, but not the effect. The effect I would
yeah,
keep it
e-
like
effect
this.
same, but duration longer. Consume it.
And then next to the tree fish and the rusty can, there's also a mythical goldfish. Have you ever caught it?
No. And I participated in that fishing event, so that was pretty annoying it to not find any trophies,
Yep.
even though we fished like at 1,000 spots. I, it felt like, and yeah, it was annoying.
I want to see it in game or usable in creative, maybe.
Yeah, the only way you can get it in creative is by glitch. So that's annoying as well.
The next thing is just the weapons. What do you think about all the weapons that are in game right now? Is there a
Yeah,
weapon? Is there a gun that stands out for you? Is there a special gun you like to use? You dislike to use?
I hate the burst. I always have. Um, I hate the gray and green and gray pump and tactical. I hate pistols, all of them. Please remove the purple and legendary ones. It's annoying. Takes up space in airdrops.
Yeah,
The
the
SMGs,
drop rate is very high for pistols. I need to say
yeah,
that that's the most annoying part. I don't dislike the pistols
same with
though, because
burst.
you it's like you can spam click a bit.
True, but the bursts have also have a way too high spawn rate. I find I think about
Yeah.
that a lot. Um, yeah, the AKs should spawn more. Oh, they should spawn.
They should spawn. End of sentence.
Green green RPGs are way too common and they're useless with their 85 damage. H grenades should actually do 85 damage for their spawn rate as well. Um, yeah, the pumps should get more damage, should be able to deal more damage like
More
previous
damage?
season. Yes.
I think they do more than enough damage at the moment.
No,
Every time I use them, it does not a lot of damage, but every time it is used on me, I die.
well, that's the way how you move and such things. It's if you miss a shot with a pump, you're punished. That's not the same with the tactical. If you miss a
Yeah,
shot with the tactical,
you
you can
can.
easily
Yeah, you can hit it
redo
and
it
hit and hit it.
again.
Yeah, yeah,
And the pump is a slow reloading, slow firing gun, and they should buff the damage and not nerf it like they did this season. And the tacticals should be buffed a bit as well.
yep.
Not
For sure, for
necessarily
sure, for sure.
hedge. necessarily headshot damage, but just damage in overall damage. But not that it becomes too OP like 2 or 3 damage more, I should
Yeah.
would say.
One thing I noticed is that there isn't a gray sniper or um, rocket launcher in Battle Royale, but there is one in creative. Should they add the gray variants to
No.
Battle?
No. No. They shouldn't. The gray sniper did less than 100 damage, so you wouldn't be able to headshot kill someone, and uh, that's pretty useless for bolt action sniper.
Okay,
And the same goes for the gray uh,
rocket launcher.
RPG,
Yeah,
like for the it's the same like the green RPG. They should remove it. It's doesn't do a lot of damage, and rocket ammo is pretty scarce. So nope, remove it.
okay, then the traps and launch pads. In the beginning, we only had the regular damage traps, but then a couple of weeks ago, we got launch pad. Should
Yep.
they bring back more traps or add new traps?
Yeah, they should. Um, like maybe the normal trap led to less damage, but the same finding rate, of course, drops drop rate.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. And maybe add like those old traps from the beginning of from the beginning of chapter 1, like the electric traps. They
Oh,
do a lot
maybe
more
yeah.
damage, but um, yeah, they're make a little bit of noise, so you know they are there.
Yeah.
And uh, the dart trap, um, yeah, the dart trap was pretty cool, but if you're that do 50 damage to your HP maybe, and like 25 to your shield, because you literally got hit by dart. So that would take away from your shield, and then that little bit of poison, um, and the darts itself would stack, but the HP damage, the poison wouldn't.
Hmm.
That would be awesome.
That would be a good re-edition.
um, yeah, and maybe some other new kinds of traps, variations from those from Sailor World. That would be
Or maybe
cool.
yeah, because
Yes,
they would see. Oh, we would see a bigger connection between Save the World and Battle Royale.
yeah, that would be awesome. Like you have pretty cool traps in Sailor World. You have like uh, the sides of old ships with cannons inside of them, broadsides. I think they were called. Yeah, and they literally shoot cannons. That was awesome. And yeah, that's one of the coolest traps in the game, I guess. You have some weird ceiling gas traps that would be able to take a little bit of the part of the poison dart traps. So gas trap would work like, okay, if you stand underneath it, you get like you lose like 10 or 20 HP per second, but as soon as you leave that spot, you won't get hurt anymore.
Okay, maybe a thing for Fortnite or for Epic to think about.
Yeah.
Next addition was a temporary addition, which came with the Star Wars event, the lightsabers and Stormtrooper blaster.
Lightsabers were extremely cool.
Good
The
that they
first,
came in a separate chest.
yeah, the first real melee weapons in game that you could fight against with other people.
Yep.
Not like the sword. Instant flashbacks to different times. And blaster weapon was standard.
It was meh, it wasn't that OP, but it was very hard to get.
Yeah, it felt like
You needed to kill the
if you
stormtroopers, you needed to
if you
make,
got the
yeah.
weapon, you felt like a real stormtrooper.
Yeah, but it wasn't OP to use.
No, the lightsabers weren't that OP as well.
I To knock
Mm,
down builds, it was OP. To harvest I building materials, it
materials,
was OP as well.
but in
To block
fighting,
bullets, it was
that
good
was
that it got a cooldown, or that it got
yeah,
could get overheated.
and that you could get shot from behind
Yep.
and die. And the fighting, yeah, was avoidable if you were smart enough,
Yeah,
of
sure.
course.
Then last thing of weapons was the Winterfest weapons. We got like ice boxes, which gave slurpfish or snowmen, and also the return of the snowball launcher, and the return of the snowman, and the return of the presents.
Yes. um, yeah, the snowball launcher should have stayed in the game, but then as the grenade launcher.
Yeah, the snowball launcher is too OP. Same with the change with the snowman, that you could break the snowman and get the ginormous snowball from them.
Oh no, that was awesome.
A good thing about the Winterfest is that they brought back presents, which gave more legendary stuff, and also the new
Bolted
lump
weapon.
of coal,
Oh yeah.
which is like the
Oh,
rusty can, which we all hate.
and there was a challenge for it.
Yay!
So
But it
yeah,
was rather easy, I believe. The hardest
yeah,
part was to find presents.
yep, that's true.
Uh,
And
yeah,
you could, yeah, presents were pretty awesome, especially with the vaulted items within them,
yeah, heavy sniper.
hunting rifle and silence car.
Those were good times. Um,
True.
yeah, but I think this was a good weapon section. Last thing for this part, because it's been going on for a long time, is the live events or seasonal map changes. I think we could go very, or not very, but rather quick over them. The black hole event,
Most boring time ever.
yep,
There was hype, but it was
it was
boring.
hype. Sometimes numbers came, but what was the meaning of the numbers? It's, yeah, time consuming.
Yeah.
Best part about the thing was that you could play a Dirt Burger mini game
Mm-hmm.
with the special code you could do with the
Yeah.
arrow keys and stuff. But yeah, the black hole, it went on for a bit too long, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Next event was for Nightmares, which came with the Fight the Storm King LTM, and the island, the center island, changed into the Isle of the Storm, which in the LTM became the birthplace of the Storm King.
That originated from Save the World, if
Another
somebody
good
was curious about it.
crossover from or between Save the World and Battle Royale.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
But cooler than that was the Live at Risky Reels Star Wars event.
Hashtag spoilers.
It's not that much of a spoiler when you
Which, yeah, if you saw the event or saw the movie.
or when you saw the event on a live stream of someone that could join the servers. I feel like it's again one of the fails of the chapter from it.
Yeah,
They haven't
They
learned from their mistakes with the Volt
like
event or Butterfly event, the
or
Meteor
Ice King events,
event, Rocket event. Yeah, Ice King.
especially Ice King. That was one of the worst ones. The Marshmallow event was the best one.
Yeah, when I saw the stage, I thought, yeah, it's going to be like the Marshmallow event. Everyone will be able to join. Everything will be all right.
And it would take multiple hours if you join the event. You have like 2 minutes to loot or to go to rescue, for example, or you get teleported towards the stage and you immediately see the event happening. That would be awesome if they did that
Yep.
that way. But nope.
Best part was the event itself. If you could join or watch, it was a very good cinematic. A nice interview with J.J. Abrams in a separate studio somewhere in the world. I don't know where. They talked a bit about the movie. They laughed. It was very silly, sometimes a bit stupid. But the best part was like, yeah, here's a bit of a video, which you already could find on YouTube, I guess.
True.
And then, hey, you can choose your own lightsaber. Everyone was like, what? Lightsabers? I want this one. No, troll. Here you go. It's just, oh no, cinematic. Everybody needs to flee the map. And then, oh, the chest still remains here. Let's open the chest. Everyone gets the lightsaber of the color they chose. But this was only for those couple of minutes. For me personally, it was just 2 seconds because we already killed a lot of people before the event.
True.
And in the aftermath of the event, yeah, the lightsabers were in boxes, and the TIE fighter crash locations were cool to have with the stormtrooper bots.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Next thing was the Winterfest and the addition of the snow to the map.
Yeah, the snow should have stayed
This,
longer.
I don't know. The
It
snow
should have,
came with a lot of snowstorms, and that was
but
the most annoying part, I feel like.
after a while, just remove the snowstorms, but let the snow stay for a while, and then
Yeah,
around
maybe till
February
beginning of
something,
February, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
then
a
start
half a month
removing a
longer.
bit. Then
Yeah,
start removing it near slurpy swamps and uh, other places like with a lot of water, like sweaty sands and dirty docks, and maybe steamy as well and craggy, but not the center of the island and mountains.
yeah,
That would have been better and over a longer period,
yeah,
because
for sure.
it was like 3 days the snow was completely gone. Besides of those, beside of the snow laying on top of the mountains.
Yeah. Also, the addition with Winterfest was the cabin, in which we could open our stocking to get the challenges to get rewards, and we had 14, I guess, presents to open.
Yep.
And this is the part where I feel like Epic felt guilty about the Battle Pass and gave us 14 free gifts.
True.
And 14 or 12 more with the challenges.
Oh my god.
It's
Indeed.
nice to have 2 free skins, but yeah,
And I hate the Bully Warrior.
they're not the best skins, but it's okay. They're unique. You can't say they aren't unique.
Yeah.
Last event and last bit of this part of the podcast is the 2020 live event or the New Year's event.
Oh my, the event that I got got to see.
Yeah, just the disco ball drop in the center of the island when it hit midnight or in
Different
any part
places of the
of the
world.
world. Um, yeah, and then the fireworks with 2020 and a llama above it. It was
Woo.
nice to participate in. It's just a nice addition to the map.
Same like last year.
Yeah, but it's a thing that can return, in my opinion. It's good that it can return.
True.
It's nice to have. But yeah, this is the first part of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. If you think we missed something or you have another opinion about it, leave them down in the comments below. And hopefully, we'll see you in part 2 or 3 of the podcast. See you.
Bye bye.